Welcome. Ziggy1X here with another NieR reincarnation video. I want to make this real brief because I'm in the midst of editing my video, which I was planning on uploading tonight. But we got dropped a big old curveball today in the game, and that is the unit of choice that we just get to pick whichever unit we want from all of the past collaborations. Not the limited out of NieR collaborations like Final Fantasy XIV, Sinnoh, Alice, and those, but basically all of the NieR characters, all of the past collaborations, all of the past limited celebratory seasonal banners and everything else. We get to pick one of those. So I wanted to talk about this real quickly because there seems to be a lot of concern in the community about this, a lot of anxiety, and you caught me in my Sunday best, by the way, right now, so I'm looking, I'm dressed to impress right now. Anyways, so you get this once in a blue moon. But I'm going to take a quick break to do this, then I'm going to jump back into editing my other video. I'm really trying to get that out today before I get back into full swing on my work week. And I'm currently writing the script right now for the third video in the series. So that's just a brief update. Let's dive right into this. I don't want to waste any more time. So here we are. Let's go ahead and take a look at the notices real quickly. We got some good stuff. So first of all, for those of you who have not yet seen it, go watch NieR Automata version 1.11 over on Crunchyroll. If you don't have a subscription, you can get a temporary subscription. Let's give this show as much love as we can. I watched it twice now, just the first episode. I think it's phenomenal. I think that it is, when you got such good material to work off of as the game that it is based on, it is great. It is great the way they tell the story. They're incorporating the music. You're seeing kind of, when you play the game, you see it from first 2B's perspective, then 9S's perspective. And the show, what it's doing is taking it and it's melding those two together. So you're kind of seeing what's going on at the same time. You see the little machine life form with his bucket of oil on his head, trying to feed his other dead machine brothers and sisters. And that was something you saw at the beginning of the second, or it was the third playthrough. I can't remember now. So don't judge me. Anyways, you see it later on in the game, but with this, you see it immediately when you're introduced to 9S. Great. I'm very, 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 very pleased that we have this. So I'm going to get off that. But the reason why I brought that up is that is the reason why we have this, what's happening right now, what I'm going to bring up. So we have a unit of choice. We have the Automata anime campaign on now. Okay. So let's take a look at this real quickly. All right. The first thing here is we get a bunch of goodies and blah, 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 all this stuff. Anyways, there's news in there. I'm not even going to go through all of it, but let's go ahead and go over to the shop. And the shop still sucks, by the way. I wouldn't even dip into it until they fix the shop. At this point, I'm just like, I'm done with the shop. So let's go ahead and go over here to the exchange. This is all of them. This is all of them. So how are we going to, without completely racking our brains and going all ADD with anxiety and everything else, how are we going to pick the character that we want? The first thing I'm going to say is pick the character that you want, okay? If all else fails, if you never were able to get a hold of A2 or 2B or Brother NieR or Kaine or Emil or Zero, any of these others, 2P, there's a whole bunch of them. If you just want the aesthetic, because there's an aesthetic element to this game, they're beautiful costumes, they're beautiful character models. If you just want to have that character in your roster, by all means go for it. This is a great opportunity to pick the one that you want and you get just one copy of it. For the more discriminating players, and I'm kind of at that gray area in between. I will chase a costume that I really like, even if it doesn't provide me with a ton of in-game benefit, but I want to lean a little bit more into what it gives me in-game benefit. So what am I looking for? There's two things. First of all, which costumes am I missing entirely? And I'm going to start with this. Unless you do not have Bloody Griff, don't use this on the regular pool. Just don't. Use it only on the limited units and the collaboration units and the celebratory units and whatnot. So that's the first thing I would say. When you're picking, you're going to be going for two things, one of two things. You're either going to be going for a debris or you're going to be going for a unit that you do not have a unique costume. So let's look at the unique costumes that I'm talking about here. Well, first of all, we have most of our celebratory units do something unique. Celebratory Demios being one of these, Celebratory Akeha being another. These units bring something unique to the table. But there are also other celebratory units, or actually other just general units. You have Summer Saryu, who is arguably the best healer in the game, okay? So she's great for tower. She's absolutely amazing for tower. Let's look at someone else. Still my favorite damage dealer is Celeb Yuri. The only issue with damage dealers and getting one copy of them, yes, you have them. Yes, you can get their weapon. Her weapon actually is very good, but they don't really benefit as much until you give them a few extra awakenings. So that's why I'm a little hesitant to lean into the damage dealers. The ones that I'm much more bullish on are the unique units that bring something different to the table. So we have Summer F66X. Now this is a unit that changes the entire way that the game is played in the arena and in other areas. I will make a special note for Recollections of Dusk. The final boss, the final floor boss, when you're in Recollections of Dusk, puts up a barrier that mitigates all damage for a set number of hits. She gets rid of that. So if you're struggling in Recollections of Dusk with that boss putting up that barrier, she fixes that problem. 0 awakenings needed, just her character skill. Another thing is in Arena, if you're going in against attacking, or if you're attacking and you're going in against Griff teams, she nullifies Griff. She nullifies the buffs that other characters put up. She does great work. And so if you put her on your attacking team, if I go through my list on my Arena defense and my Arena misses on my defense, most of the teams that just slap me around have her in them because they mitigate my Griff, my Bloody Griff. So do not sleep on her. She is a singularly useful unit in many areas of the game, mostly in Arena, but in other areas as well. I wouldn't chase Mocha Joe, his New Year's form, because Bloody Griff is just a better unit all around, in my opinion. And there are a few others in here that I would go after. Summer Akeha, she has her umbrella, her two-handed sword weapon, which is still an excellent sub-weapon in Arena because it offers timed agility, and I believe it offers a liquid boon as well. I'm not sure about that one, but it's a really well-rounded weapon. So, what's my point here? Personally, I am really, and I haven't chosen yet, but personally, I am really leaning towards Celebratory Marie. And the reason why is because I've got mine at Awakening 4 right now. I was never able to get that 6th copy when the Celebratory banner was around. And what her debris is a 30% water boon, timed water boon for 45 seconds. So the first 45 seconds at the start of battle, you're doing 30% more damage if you're using a water main hand weapon. Well, guess who you give that to? You give that to your Fractured Noel or whatever spear user you're using that's using the subjugation spear, the water element. There's also other characters that do excellent work. There's short swords that do it with water and other things. Anyways, this is something that for me, it would be my 3rd 4-star debris on my entire account. That's actually from a gacha character. The rest of them, the limited characters that you get for free, don't count. This would be a tremendous benefit to my Arena team, and since I am very interested in Arena, that benefits me. So here's what I'd recommend doing. I'm going to cut it off right now. Pick the character you want, okay? If that character is an aesthetic choice, pick that. That's the first thing. The second thing is pick a character that will bring something unique to your roster. The only reason why I'm not picking, and my first choice, by the way, outside of Celeb Marie, is Summer F66X. I am so close to pulling the trigger on her. I am just so close to it because it's a toss-up for me. It really is a toss-up for me. It's because I like my current Arena teams that I have set up, and I could slot her into them, but I also know how to work around Bloody Griff with what I have, and I could even do a better job of working around Bloody Griff with my water element users if I have that debris. So that's the calculus that I'm using. Find what you want. If you don't have that specific unit, which you probably don't up to Awakening 4, then find the units, go through the limited units that you have that are at Awakening 4, look at those, and then look at their debris, because you'll have them in your character loadout. And you could just say, is this a good debris? Well, none of the Automata debris are that great in my opinion. None of the Drakengard debris are that good in my opinion, and all these others, and you really start seeing better debris in the celebratory, in the summer, and in these other events. So look at those. Look at all of your characters that you have that are limited, where you could get those excellent debris. Sit on it, sleep on it. I wouldn't just do it right away. I'd sleep on it. I would kind of mull it over. Don't stress out over it. But I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. And I hope you guys, I'm grateful for the gift. I'm super thrilled about it. And I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to get back to editing my other video, but this was just a real quick little deal. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. I will see you in the next video, which hopefully will be coming in the next 3 or 4 hours. And until then, peace out, y'all. Enjoy the anime. Enjoy the game. I'll talk to you next time.